Hi, Algebra 2. This is day 4 of our NTI School at Home. So what we've got today is we're going to be working on finding x-intercepts. Now, if you're doing the worksheet, it's going to have you find x and y-intercepts of the line. But if you are doing Desmos, you're going to be finding x-intercepts and you're going to be finding how many solutions there will be. So what we're going to do is find x and y-intercept. We're going to start on the worksheet, okay? So if you have the worksheet, you've got two options. You can take, let's look at number 7. So if you want the x, so to find the x-intercept, then you're going to let y equal 0. So pretty much whatever you're trying to find, the other letter will be 0. So in this case, you've got 2 times 0 equals 4x minus 2. Okay, so again, I just put a 0 in where the y was. So that's 0. Then I add 2. And then I divide by 4. Okay, so then for this, my x-intercept is going to be 2 over 4, which is 1/2. There's 1/2 of the problem. The other half is to find the y-intercept. So to find the y-intercept, I let x equal 0. Okay, so then when I come back to my equation, it's 2y equals 4 times 0 minus 2, because I have to put a 0 in for the x. So again, whatever you're looking for, whatever intercept, the other letter will be 0. So 2y equals, that's 0, negative 2. So then I just divide by 2 to get the y alone. So then my y-intercept is going to be at negative 2 divided by 2, which is negative 1. Okay, but that's how you do this whole worksheet. Now, you can also use Desmos.com if you would like. So for that equation, I can come up here and I can type in 2y equals, and then it was 4x and minus 2. And once I type that in, as you can see, well, here they go. So then I can just hover, and it tells me that it touches the x-axis at 0.5. 0.5 is the same thing as 1/2, and it touches the y-axis at negative 1, which are exactly the same answers that we got. So there's two options. Okay, so now delta math. So the ones of you who are doing delta math, the first assignment says how many x-intercepts are there? So again, we can set each one of these equal to 0 and solve it, or I can just come right back up here to my delta math, or not delta math, I'm sorry, to Desmos. Okay, so I just opened up a new tab and I can type that in. Remember, f of x is the same thing as y. So I can do y equals, and then it was parentheses x squared. Whoop, that's not a parenthesis, sorry. And then it was x squared and minus 3. So I push my over key to come back down, close parentheses. Then I start my next set. Oh, maybe not. And then that's going to be x plus 1. And then close your parentheses and square that. So now my picture is right here. And what it's asking me is it's asking how many x-intercepts are there. Well, it touches at 1, 2, 3. So when it asks me for how many x-intercepts are there, there are 3 x-intercepts. Okay, and we saw that by looking at the graph. So the other way, again, I can set each one of these equal to 0. X squared minus 3 equals 0, and I can do x plus 1 equals 0. Now that little square means really I've got 2 of these. But if they're identical, they're going to give you the same answer. Minus 1, so x equals negative 1. This one will also give you x equals negative 1. So that's a duplicate answer. It's a multiplicity of 2 because it's the same answer. Here, you add 3. And then you have to take the square root. Well, the second you take the square root, from now on, you're going to have to put plus or minus. So it's plus or minus square root of 3, okay? So when you do that, you have 2 solutions. So I've got 1, 2, 3. Remember, that's a duplicate, so I don't have to count it more than once. So 1, 2, because the plus and minus make 2 solutions, 3 solutions, okay? All right, and then last is find all the x-intercepts. So again, you're finding all the x-intercepts. I would recommend you go to desmos.com, and then we can just graph it and then see how many times f of x again is y equals. So that's x to the 4th, and then minus 64x to the 2nd. And there's my pretty picture in green. Okay, so if I've done this right, all it wanted me to figure out is where is it touching the x-axis. So I'm touching at -8, I'm touching at 0, and I'm touching at +8. So my answers, I was asking where are the x-intercepts. That's -8, 0, +8. Okay? All right, so if you need any help, I'm here. Just let me know.